Hey, and welcome to another episode of arguingart.com. We are currently in the midst of our series on the principles of art, covering, was it 7 or 8 of them?
8 principles. We've already covered balance. If you look on our
Yep.
blog,
Yep, and there's
YouTube?
blog, YouTube. If you are watching this on like YouTube or Vimeo or whatever, definitely come to the website, check us out. The podcast or the video portion of it is really just part of arguingart.com. So you want to make sure to go to the website. We've got a place for comments. You can contact us, stuff like that, right?
absolutely.
Right. Anyway, well, welcome to Arguing Art. Okay, on this episode of arguingart.com, like we said, we're covering harmony. That is the second principle of art that we're covering. Like we mentioned, there is 7 of them, 8 depending on who you ask. We're going to cover all 8, even though I don't count one of them.
Okay,
But,
and on this series, this is the principles of fine art, correct? When you're talking harmony, you're not talking about a barbershop quartet
Right,
all singing
right.
in harmony together. This is painting,
yeah, this is the let's say visual art.
visual art.
I often
Okay.
say fine art too, but I don't want to.
Okay,
like, that's a
create that
big-
distinction.
yeah.
That's another discussion in
Yeah,
itself.
that's a whole
Okay.
flippin' semantics thing that we can get into. I actually probably should get into the art of. Anyway,
Okay.
but yeah, this is in reference to painting, drawing, sculpture. Those are all things. Photography.
Okay.
Video would be another thing that, this would apply to even live performances. Yeah, but mostly we'll focus on the
visual art.
visual art. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
say the visual art. Which, though, does bring up a good point that a lot of these do have to do with other arts as well. I mean, you
Sure.
can carry this over. Anyway, let's get into it before we run out of time.
Okay.
Okay, so harmony is what we're going to cover. Harmony is kind of a frou-frou,
Okay.
not a real good definition for it. Basically, all it says is, do all the pieces go well together?
Okay.
And that's a little hard to... I'm not real sure how to describe this one, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But if you've got, say... Okay. Well, they can't see that well enough. All right, so you got like a circle, 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 oblong, circle, ellipse, or what is that?
Ellipses.
Ellipses, all that.
Okay.
They all got rounded shapes. They all are similar. Not necessarily the same, but similar.
Okay.
That's harmony. Because they all they flow well together. There's just a feeling of, yeah.
Okay.
That-
So it's the feeling of the relationship between the elements of that visual piece.
God, maybe you should be the one teaching this one. Yeah, basically, does everything relate well together?
Okay.
Now, if it's like circle, triangle, square, hexagon, elliptical, treadmill, running bike.
Okay.
you
I was
know,
going to say you're doing all geometrical shapes. Maybe there is some unity there.
That's a different thing. Unity is a whole nother principle.
Oh, yeah. We're on harmony.
This is harmony.
Oh, yes.
But if you've got a bunch of really sharp angles and shapes, like just assume this is a non-objective piece, but if you've got all these different angles in your shapes, and then you've got ones that have circles,
Okay.
rounded, yeah, technically those are all geometrical shapes, but the properties or the value of those shapes are completely different.
Okay.
You do say geometric for ones that have angles to them. So like a square, rectangle,
Okay.
that sort of thing. You say geometric. Ones that have rounded shapes, usually you would refer to those as like biomorphic.
Biomorphic.
And the
Okay.
easiest way that I sort of took that term in, biomorphic, is it made me think of biology.
Like cellular shapes,
Yeah.
amoebas, different things
Yep.
like that.
Flagellates,
Okay.
that sort of thing.
Sure.
That was my flagellate waving so I can swim through whatever canal I might be in. But so in a nutshell, harmony is basically, do all the pieces relate well together, or do they flow well? Do they flow well together? Does it create
Okay.
a sense of harmony? Think of it, one last analogy, in music, you talked about the barbershop quartet. I think that is a good analogy.
Okay.
You've got your bass, your tenor, I should know these, bass, baritone, tenor, and I think just it's called lead.
Okay.
But so you've got 4 different guys who are all singing different parts, different notes, different words sometimes, but they blend well together because they are harmonious.
Okay.
Think of it like that. Do the pieces blend well together? Do they complement each other?
Okay. Well, that's a pretty simple way to explain it.
Yeah.
I can see
Probably
though
should have started with that.
how that one's a little foggier.
Yeah.
It's a little more subjective. There's
Yes,
more.
it's definitely subjective.
Okay.
But I'm a subjective universalist, so subjective is kind of an subjective term anyhow.
Okay. Sure.
But so yeah, in a nutshell, I guess that's harmony. I think that covers it well enough.
I think it does too.
Thank you for joining us on this episode in our series of the 8 principles, sometimes 7, of art. Make sure to check back on the next one. I believe the next one is actually on variety, which is kind of the antithesis of harmony, so it'll go well with this video. Join us on arguingart.com. Make sure to contact us. Adam, Micah, our email and our about us is all on there. Make sure to contact or leave comments. Love to hear from you guys.
Yeah. Find out what you would like to see, what you think about what you've already seen, and we're hoping to work with you.
Yes, it's a collaborative process. We're on a journey together.
Definitely.
Definitely. We'll see you guys next time.